Hello, this is Doug, the 2-Minute Gardener, and it is time for another edition of Landscape Makeover. This one I call Gone Fishing. So this particular client just moved here from the Midwest, got a lovely house in San Diego, and he really wanted a backyard pond. It was something that he had growing up, and he really wanted to have that in his yard. And he had a couple of acres in a really beautiful part of San Diego. And so what he wanted was a pond with a patio and a water feature that fed into the pond, and it was a really nice, noisy water feature that he could really enjoy all year round, because here in San Diego you can sit outside almost all year round. And so down in the lower part of his property, he had an old putting green that was in pretty bad shape, and he wasn't really a big golfer. So it was a perfect spot to put a pond because it was almost the outline of where the pond could go. The tricky part about that location was it was down a hill, and we were going to have to build a ramp to get the heavy equipment down there. It also was tricky because there was no power down there. There was power up at the driveway, so we were going to have to trench a power conduit all the way down to that location. And then the third issue that we had with that particular site is because it was the lowest point on the property, there was a potential for flooding coming in and wiping out the pond. So we had to install some safety overflow measures so that the pond could then empty into a dry stream bed that ran pretty close to it. So here's the design that I did for the client. You see there's the pond and the patio, as well as the ramp that leads down to that. That would serve as both the access point for construction and also for him to take his golf cart down there to make it easy to access it. Alright, so once we got going, the guy started demoing it, and I went and rock selecting. We ended up using 40 tons of rocks for this. The very first thing we had to do was build the big ramp, because this ramp had to be big enough to get a bobcat down into the area to excavate all this. And to actually build a ramp that was that stable, we needed 16 tons of boulders and various size cobble to stabilize the ramp. Once we got the ramp down there, then we could start getting the big equipment down into that area. So we dug the hole, and once the hole was dug, the guys laid sand in there for the pond liner. It's really important to put sand down under a pond liner so the pond liner is never on anything that could puncture it, like rocks or those kind of things. Alright, so the pond liner's gone in. We've built the blocks to establish the water feature, and now we've put the liner in around everything. Once that's done, we got the Mexican beach pebbles in to put on the bottom of the pond to really kind of make it seem a little deeper than it actually is. As you can tell, it's only about 2.5 feet deep. Then it's important for ponds that you have some kind of refuge for the fish. We have various predators, storks, egrets around here in San Diego, and they were definitely going to go after those fish. So we used the CMU block with some flagstone, and then we added some boulders on top of that to create that wonderful refuge for the fish. Once we're done with that, we're going to then bring in the water and start adding some of the, fill the pond up to check the liner. Keep tweaking the rocks, gotta keep adding rocks and tweaking it. And once the water's in, the liner's holding, let's get some pond plants. So we bought a bunch of lilies and lotus and other kind of horsetail and other kinds of really cool pond plants to go in the pond and around the pond to really make it look like a natural pond with all kinds of colorful foliage. And this also helps with the biology of the pond. It creates shade on the pond, which helps reduce some of the algae. Alright, the pond plants are in. It's time to bring the fishies in. And just like those little aquariums you have at home, you want to put the fish in the bags and then let the bags sit in the pond for a while so they get used to that temperature and the fish have settled in. And lastly, of course, add a little bit of mulch around the perimeter for those plants. So let's take a look at the before and afters. Here we go. Before, it was kind of unattractive little putting green, and there was no place to sit and really enjoy it. And now we have this really beautiful pond area that has the wonderful wonderful water feature sounds, as well as the visuals of the fish swimming all over the place. And again, it was kind of a neat thing in that you had all this natural landscaping already established around the project area, so we didn't have to do a whole lot of landscaping other than repair where we trenched through to get utilities down to this pond area. And then lastly, once everything settled in, and actually a couple of years later, we actually added some solar lights to light up both the ramp and the pond itself, because we wanted to kind of really give it some nice features for that. So there are some really pretty solar lights that we brought in, and I did a video on that subject. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thanks so much for watching. I definitely want to thank Tom Dandy of Dandy Landscape and his crew that did a great job on this pond, and thank you for helping me with this video. And make sure to smash that like button too if you got value from this video, and of course subscribe to get more of my 2-Minute Gardener videos in your box when they come out every week. I do about 3 videos a week, and I love you if you would subscribe so you can be the first one in line to see the latest 2-Minute Gardener video. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thanks again for watching. This is Doug the 2-Minute Gardener saying we will see you next time.